Here. Logan Paul addresses Canada banning Prime.
Perhaps you saw the news this morning. Complex, TMZ, Reuters, Forbes, and many more talking about how Prime energy drinks were recalled in Canada. But the crazy part about that is we don't even distribute Prime energy in Canada. Let me repeat that. We don't even distribute Prime energy in Canada. So how could it be recalled? Well, the answer is illegal or unauthorized imports of the beverage. But of course, traditional media doesn't care about that because they just want a headline. They want clicks. The level of misinformation currently being spread around Prime is actually insane. And you have
Wait, so it's banned. I'm so confused. They steal your product and they banned your product, so it's not even like...
You have to ask yourself why. Don't forget, we are a better for you product. Our energy drink has 10 calories and 0 sugar. Prime formulas are compliant with each specific country's regulatory bodies. All of them. And yeah, our energy drink has caffeine in it. It's an energy drink. And no, our low sugar, low calorie hydration drink doesn't have caffeine in it. But traditional news, and by the way, they're not even news anymore. It should be called stories because people are just making shit up to get clicks. They know that if they talk about Prime, whether the information they're spreading is true or not, they will get attention.
What? Yep. Picks up this area. Oh shit. We gotta get that. I wanna unscrew that mic. Sorry. I make my talent do the work. Adam is here, guys. Well, yeah. Sorry, I don't have like a key grip, a best boy, a sound guy to fix it up. Mm-hmm. No, just here. Oh, you want me to hold it? Oh my god. Just perfect.
Good, we did it. What's up, everybody? Oh man,
Yeah,
thanks
come
for
closer.
having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
Have you seen her yet? No, this is the first time, right?
I haven't. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
You look tan.
I've been picking.
You've been picketing a lot, huh?
Yeah, I've been out every day. I try to use sunscreen every day. Yeah. My girl. Oh my god, she's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She used to be a bit of a menace, but she's fine now.
Puppies, you know.
Oh yeah. All right.
How's it going, everybody?
Well, first, before we get to anything else, Prime Energy apparently has been banned in Canada.
Is that Prime's energy drink? I'm not up to speed.
Prime Energy, you don't know what Prime is?
I know what like Amazon Prime?
No.
Oh.
I love that. No, Prime
Sorry.
Energy is Logan Paul and KSI's energy beverage.
Generally, when Logan Paul comes up, I stop paying attention to whatever it is. But okay, I now believe that he has an energy drink. It was recalled by Health Canada.
I wouldn't lead you astray. Wait, is that your chapstick? What is that?
That's chapstick.
Smells really good. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's Burt's Bees. You like Burt's Bees?
I don't really use chapstick, but it smelled like strawberry vape or something.
I would say it's strawberry. Yeah.
Yeah. Prime is the energy drink that has taken the children by storm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's popping. People are going crazy over it.
Are they really? It's a hit.
Oh, it's a major hit, yeah. And kids love it. They go crazy over it. They're like, Mommy, please give me Prime Energy. There's like one mom who actually did this thing. Hold on one second.
Surpassed the legal limit of caffeine per can.
But it doesn't make sense.
This is like
kind
Four
of
Loko
stupid.
for 2023?
No, it's big. It's Nanny State, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Nanny State.
Okay.
Have
you had it?
Yeah, it's not great. Oh, here, you want to see?
How I keep my gamers unhydrated. So my son's so fussy and doesn't like the taste of plain water. How I keep my gamer son hydrated. So my son's so fussy and doesn't like the taste of plain water. We found another solution. Water cooler and Prime. Prime is really hard to come by in Australia, so with the help of the retail correction, we've got a huge supply, and he is loving it.
This is bait.
With the school holidays, he doesn't even.
This is to make a news site
room
mad,
to
and
get
they
a
successfully
drink.
made them
School-
mad.
What do you mean? He's loving it. He's loving the fucking Prime. Prime Bev.
There's
Dude.
so many things that are designed to make you angry about that clip. The subservient behavior of the mom towards her gamer son.
Yeah.
The filling up of the water bottle.
No, she's an anarchist parent.
It's such a perfect piece of online content designed to create the exact reaction that it did. I love it.
Yeah, well, I think the Australian government literally saw this and was like, we're not doing it. Fucking hell. No.
No to Prime.
No Prime.
No Prime energy.
No Prime energy in Australia. Yeah.
Love it.
This is the same kid. Gamer themed bath time for a fussy child. Oh, they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
this is-
this mom is just like weaponizing his child's.
I think I've seen this.
Is it piss? Like, what's
the-
happening?
Oh, wait, that's full. What is it full of? Gamer fuel?
Prime.
Prime. It's full of Prime. Okay. I really want to see the laptop dunk in the Prime. I want to see that
Minecraft.
thing
He's
plop
playing
out.
Minecraft.
I love when I'm sitting in a bathtub full of Prime to
Hello.
look at my Fortnite hat.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good as a gamer to look at a
He
hat.
puts the hat on to play Minecraft. Anyway, so Adam, you're here because
Yes.
something is happening.
Something is happening, man.
Something big is happening.
Yeah.
Sun Valley's billionaire summer camp.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah. I'm so
More than-
excited about it.
More than 40 CEOs, investors, and industry leaders have arrived at Sun Valley, Idaho on July 11th.
Yeah.
We got invited as well because we are also famous billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
couldn't
didn't wanna
make
do it.
Was busy here with a bunch of union work. You know?
Yeah.
Couldn't make it out. I wanted to hang out with Tim.
Yeah.
And-
Tim Apple, my favorite.
Tim Apple. I always feel like Tim Apple, I don't know why. I always feel like he's smarter than those other guys, and he should be embarrassed to hang out with them. When I see him at those things, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're... Like,
I don't know.
I don't know why.
Is he part of those other guys?
I mean,
'Cause
it's proof
have you
he's not.
seen-
It's
has
proof
you-
he's
have
not.
you seen his fucking VR kit, dude?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
maybe he's not
He
smart
tricked
enough.
himself just like the rest of them, you know?
Yeah.
Part of it's because he's gay. I sort of assumed on some level he was like a little more chill. And,
No.
you know. It's,
Absolutely
no,
not.
No, not at all.
Michael Kavanaugh, president of Comcast, is there looking hot. Steven Schwartz, president and CEO of Hearst.
Oh, Hearst shouldn't get to hang a fucking legacy publishing company.
Yeah.
Get out of there. You're hardly could call you a billionaire.
Bob Iger, damn, you just said L. Yeah, he said L, Steven. You're not even allowed. Literally didn't know he was gay until this exact moment. You didn't know Tim Apple was gay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Famously. I
Yeah.
mean, you know.
Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, and film producer Brian Grazer,
Okay.
and his wife Veronica Smiley. Who's Brian Grazer?
He's a film producer. I don't know that much. I'm not like the big film producer knower. I think I've heard his name in connection with him being a piece of shit.
Casey Wasserman, who's the chair of the Wasserman Media Group.
Okay. Says Los Angeles
That's
upside down.
that's
Great.
my goat.
Oh my god.
My goat is there.
Could we Zaslav's fashion is so aggressive all the time.
He's rocking the
Fuck is
tuxedo,
this?
the Canadian tux.
He's wearing a Canadian tux with the sleeves rolled up, collar popped, sunglasses hanging down, unbuttoned. Like some of the shit he was wearing at like the Flash premiere, where he was wearing like a double-breasted pinstripe
Wait, let me
over
see.
jeans with like his cuffs were too long. The man dresses like shit for a billionaire.
I mean,
Like-
he had the iconic. Wait, no, I looked at the wrong thing. Oops,
Brian
I looked
Grazer.
at Brian Grazer. I don't know why I wrote that.
I think it was the Flash premiere.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, this is
He was
awful.
counting. You know what he was doing
This
in
is-
that outfit? He was counting all of the
My
all
God.
of the incredible tax deductible, the incredible tax moves that he made with the.
You have to throw this up. Like this is such an offense. There we go. Okay.
Why is his arm so long?
To wear the sleeves are so long. That's so embarrassing. Get a tailor, man. It's really basic. And then second of all, to wear pinstripes over a white pants, fine. White shirt, fine. Black pinstripes or dark navy pinstripes, my God. The lack of taste of these people, and the pocket square, it's awful. And then he's wearing like light brown, like sneaker chukka shoes or something.
Oh yeah, you can kind of see it here.
I know this is the least of all the things that he's done.
Yo, those are Marnie, okay? Those are Marnie, specifically made with the most harmed chinchillas. Like these are chinchillas that aren't even normal chinchillas. These are like ones that they like slur at. They like curse at those chinchillas before they execute the chinchillas.
I'm sure everything is very expensive. It looks like shit. He's wearing fucking chinos.
I'm kidding. I don't think those are Marnies, but
I don't even know
Marnie
what
does have a.
What are Marnies?
Marnie slivers here.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh. Okay.
They run you a cool $450 on sale at farfetch.com. Not an ad, by the way. They are also remarkably not comfortable to wear.
Yeah, a calf hair slipper. I don't think so.
No, but it's like impossible to move it. It's like wood.
Like the texture of it. Yeah, it would have to be on a shoe.
These are literally wood, and then the outside of it is like sabbat fur. I guess I don't know what that means.
Sabbat fur.
What is a sabbat? Sabbat calf hair?
It's like some weird animal that they raise just for the purpose of being able to turn into shoes. Revolting.
Yeah, they're just straight up clogs. I guess.
I mean that one with the made of like hemp or whatever is not as bad, but like, oy. Yeah, I'm sorry to take you on a fashion detour, but like like it really makes me extra mad when I see these guys who have so much money
and they're not
getting off a private dress. Yeah, and they look like fucking dorks. Yeah. Like, why should we be taking any advice from any of them when we all spend so much time trying to look nice? And they have all the money. They could have all the stylists in the world. They could be like, take this to a fucking tailor. Once a week, they could have their shit measured. It's so easy to do, and they just refuse to do the basic things that a person should do in order to look good.
Sabbat is a type of shoe. It's where we got sabotage from. Dutchies used to throw their shoes into industrial equipment to sabotage it. What the fuck? That's actually cool. Or did you just make that up?
That is. I mean, that's a lot of times etymology like that is fake, but that sounds pretty good actually. Sabot.
Wooden shoes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. Sabots, the gun-related sense appeared in the mid-1800s with the invention of a wooden gizmo that kept gun shells from shifting the gun barrel.
That might be like the word sabot has some meaning specifically in.
Yeah, there were peasants. It was a heavy work shoe worn by peasants, especially in France and the Low Countries. Wow. There are two kinds of sabots. One is shaped and hollow from a single piece of wood called klompen by the Dutch, and then the other one's a heavy leather shoe with a wooden sole, sabot.
Well, so why don't we call it klompentage? That's a much better word. Klompentage.
Yeah. No, I
what if the Beastie Boys song was like, listen, all y'all, it's a klompentage?
Okay, I definitely like sabotage more, I think. I'm glad that they didn't do that.
I like klompentage.
Okay. Klompen are just clogs. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so dripless ass Zaslav was there and also at the Flash premiere.
Yeah. Oh my
God, Bobby Kotick.
Look at this guy.
So Bobby
he wishes he dressed like Zaslav.
Okay, Bobby Kotick literally looks like the fat kid in Willy Wonka. You know what I mean? He just looks like the fat kid in Willy Wonka who grew up to be an adult. It just, I don't know what happened. They hit him with he's still the kid, but they just hit him with the age now gun where they aged him immediately.
He's the biggest piece of shit on the planet, this guy. This guy's abused, sexually abused so many people that we know about. He was personally sued by the state of California for sexually assaulting people who worked for him. Guy's about to become a billionaire many times over.
Because Microsoft just bought Activision.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all just like, hey, Bobby, good to see you, man.
Ken Lowe, chairman of the board, president and CEO of Scripps Network Interactive.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. What's Scripps Network?
It's like a big, like, sort of news conglomerate. I think one of my podcasts was on Earwolf that was part of Scripps.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Maybe they have newspapers and
then,
stuff.
the Redstones.
Sherry Redstone. I just read that whole book about the Redstones. Crazy shit. Where, like, Sumner was in a coma and being, like, filleted by his two young wives who were trying to literally steal the entire company from his daughter, Sherry. It's like Succession, except none of them are in any way likable.
So just like Succession.
So Succession, they give them a little bit. They give them a little bit. You know, you're like, well, actually, I'm with Ken this time, and then, you know, he fucks you again. Yeah.
Anthony Wood, CEO of Roku, another incredibly successful CEO, billionaire.
Roku is actually impressive that they managed to, like, retain a toehold between, like, Apple and all these other companies. Just
I don't even know who. I've never met a person who's watched Roku like without it being on accident because it came with the television.
That's their trick, is that they tricked all the TV companies into putting Roku in the TVs, which is like they could have come up with it themselves, but anyway.
Neil Mohan, CEO of YouTube, the new CEO of YouTube, and his wife, Ema Serene Mohan, tech CEOs. You got Tim Cook, Sam Altman, co-founder of OpenAI. This guy's probably the talk of the town.
Yeah.
This is like everybody wants a piece of this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce.
Can you imagine being Sam Altman and a different billionaire comes up to you and starts being like, "Hey, Sam, I was really, let's get the," and you have to be like, "Oh my God, could I walk away from Zaslav right now? Like he's hustling too hard."
They all want him
right now.
They all want him hard. Mark Benioff, CEO of Salesforce. Dara Khosrowshahi, CEO of Uber. Damn, he's fucking jacked.
Yeah.
He's on that Jeff Bezos tip. Sheryl Sandberg, former COO of Meta Platforms, and her husband, Tom Bernthal. Tim Ellis, CEO of Relativity Space, with his wife, Stephanie Langhoff. What's Relativity Space?
I don't know what Relativity Space is.
I don't know who half these fucking guys are.
Yeah. VC-funded hot shit that you've never heard of that does nothing.
Relativity Space.
Oh, is it rocket
They make
shit?
methane-fueled... What?
First methane-fueled rockets.
First nearly entirely 3D printed rocket? They make 3D printed rockets? What the fuck? That seems like an awful... That seems like an awful idea.
Yeah. With methane is one of the most damaging emissions you could have. It must not come out methane out of the tailpipe, right? Like these can't be emitting methane.
It's not Relativity Media Chat. It's Relativity is a space thing.
Relativity Space.
Yeah. Louis Von Ahn, CEO of Duolingo.
Okay,
hey,
great.
that guy's fine. I think
I mean, there was some crazy profile of him in the New Yorker about how, like, they're sucking up everybody's Duolingo data and they're trying to use it to, like, train AIs and shit. Like, it's like seems like a happy app.
Okay, well,
you know, but
it's
not the
soon.
most evil of them. But
Adrian Nussenbaum, CEO of Miracle, an e-commerce SaaS company. Eric Levkovsky, founder of Tempus and co-founder of Groupon. Oh God, is Groupon still around?
Yeah, it was such hot shit in like 2011.
Yeah. What the fuck is Tempus?
Tempus.
AI enabled. Oh God. AI enabled precision medicine. What?
The most evil companies are the ones.
It's an AI clinical assistant. No fucking way.
Give me a break.
Oh no.
It's awful. Bringing the power of data and artificial intelligence to healthcare. How about we just How about we just train a fucking nurse or two?
No. This is gonna be better. With the power of AI, we have now the ability to accelerate the discovery of novel targets, predict the effectiveness of treatments, identify potentially life-saving clinical trials, diagnose multiple diseases earlier. Yeah, I don't believe this, but anyway, that's fine. Sarah Fryer, CEO of Nextdoor.
Wow, racism app.
Yeah, this woman is like almost single-handedly responsible for a 10% increase in paranoia in all of your parents.
Nextdoor is the most, like, in the local politics shit I do, it's the most toxic place. It is
God.
like I can't even be like logged into it because it is only like NIMBY fascist assholes on that site, and they organize there. And they like say, let's go to the neighborhood council meeting and try to torpedo the homeless shelter. That's like what
she is the CEO of racism. Max Levchin, CEO of Affirm.
I feel like I was just in like Austin or Nashville or somebody, and so like Affirm logos everywhere.
What is that? He's an influencer. He's a Ukrainian-American software engineer and businessman. He co-founded the company that eventually became PayPal. Nothing good has ever come out of PayPal.
I feel like everybody claims to have co-founded PayPal.
Yeah. A fintech lending company that helps people pay for items like cameras and dresses. Oh, that's where Affirm is. That's when you want to buy your Dominoes.
Your online shopping. It's payday lending for online Gen Z.
Oh my God, it's so psychotic.
It's the worst. Like
so psychotic. Yeah, Affirm is the 4 easy payments. Oh, Jesus Christ.
4 easy payments, and 2 years later, your wages are getting garnished because they tricked you into buying, something on some skirt.
It's so fucked up. It is so fucked up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Chris Britt, CEO of Chime.
Oh no, Chime.
What is it like? It's probably like Ring, but like more racist. Oh, never mind. Much of a banking system on edge. He says fintech. Another fintech.
All fintech is the worst.
Yeah. I like this one. Where does he live? Like,
Tucson.
It's like it's ominous. Where it's like, where's his home address?
Is Chime a good bank? Is Chime Safe 2023?
Is Chime a Chinese company? Is Chime legit? Yes. While not a bank, Chime offers FDIC insurance up to $250,000 on customer accounts through its partner banks. It currently services 14.5 million customers, more than any other online bank by a wide margin.
Okay.
Affirm is even worse than the others, like Afterpay, because they charge interest on the amount. The other ones are scummy, but at least they're interest free as long as the payments are made in schedule. No, that's still scummy.
It's still scummy. It's a credit card.
That should it should just not exist. Let's be real. Warren Buffett, chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, one of the biggest villains of all. Yeah. Look at him. How come I am in a golf cart and my ribs fucking break because the golf cart flips, but Warren Buffett can like safely ride around in a goddamn golf cart? What's happening there? Huh? What's happening there? It's fucked up. Ted Weschler, I was in France recently for TwitchCon and my ribs broke.
I saw this on social somewhere. How are you feeling?
It's just fine. I'm actually feeling a lot better now. Okay. It's been like a couple days.
Did you need any treatment, or was it just like take a nap and it'll heal?
The French doctor gave me a Doliprane, paracetamol.
Oh.
Yeah.
Paracetamol, douleur et fièvre. I don't know French.
Mot et voix d'administration veut oraler les dissoudre complément les comprimés dans une verre d'eau pour immédiatement après. Anyway, it was a crazy French driver. Ted Weschler, investment manager at Berkshire Hathaway. Rob Spare, CEO of Tishman Spare. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. I'm skipping it. Roger Quo, investment firm, director of research at Dodge & Cox. Dodge & Cox.
Hey, he's going to be dodging a lot of cocks at this event.
Yeah. Michael Ovitz, investor and philanthropist.
Oh, my God. That's like Michael Ovitz, one of the great villains in all of Hollywood history. Number one piece of shit. Destroyed a lot of lives, a lot of careers, protected a lot of rapists. Yeah.
I love when immediately when I hear that someone is an investor and philanthropist, that like triggers red flags in my brain. Immediately, I'm like,
that means they graduated to the final evil form.
Yeah. Daniel Sondheim, chief investment officer of hedge fund D1 Capital. Oh, wonderful. Frank Sands, capital management.
They showed up looking like assholes.
Yeah, I mean, this is all like capital management guys.
Okay, now let's see the people who should. These are all the people who shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Right.
Politicians, journalists, and artists. Gina Raimondo, U.S. Commerce Secretary.
She's got better shit to be doing than this.
To be fair, it's commerce. I mean,
Commerce does so much shit. Like commerce is the least of what commerce does.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Noah and shit.
I'm saying that this is what it was designed for. This is what it was really designed for. is what I mean.
You mean like the event was designed for them to be able to talk to the Commerce Secretary? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm saying that the entire point of her job is to do this, which is to glaze up billionaires.
Yeah, fair.
Andrew Ross Sorkin of the New York Times.
Deal book guy.
Nicholas Griffin, a journalist and author. What is this? Stacy Bendett Eisner, a fashion designer? Okay, shit. Wait, no. This is 100% like the daughter of someone. There's no fucking shot. This is like a real person. The American fashion designer. She's a creative director of Alice Plus Olivia, contemporary clothing based in New York City. She's the founder of Creatively.
I don't believe this.
Bendett is of Jewish heritage and had a bat mitzvah celebration. Father ran a textile import business and was involved in one of the country's leading lace manufacturing companies. Yeah.
She married film producer Eric Eisner, son of
That's
Michael
why.
Eisner.
Yeah, I was like wondering what the fuck was up with the last name Eisner. Former Walt Disney Company executive Michael Eisner's.
None of this shit is successful.
I'm just saying, like Christoph Brown, artist known as the Amazing Etch Man, who does sketch portraits on Etch-a-Sketch.
This is the entertainment. They brought this guy to. Hey, look at this dumb fuck we brought in for you to laugh at.
They can't find anybody better. That's crazy.
They can't get just like Snoop Dogg. Just hire.
Oh my God, he's rocking the Etch-a-Sketch belt, dude. He's just like, you want me to whip a quick one, dude? I got you.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great skill, but he should be doing that at like an open air mall in Santa Monica, not for billionaire. I guess, you know what? This guy can get his money, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, no, good for him. Etch those guys, He's going to be bore on the floor for sure. I mean, this guy created Etch-a-Sketch. Wait, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He ate the Etch-a-Sketch devil fruit. Oh my God. You know what that is a reference to? It's One Piece.
No.
Hidden pirate treasure.
I got to get through it.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't do it? Okay.
Yeah, don't do it. Anyway, so yeah, a bunch of these fucking villains got together. Mm-hmm. And of course, why are we talking about that? Because what are those villains doing? Well, they're doing that. They're having the worst party of all time, the most mid party of all time, instead of negotiating with SAG-AFTRA. That's right. So I already covered it quite extensively. Mm-hmm. But as of today, the Screen Actors Guild has announced that it will go on strike, marking the start of the largest shutdown Hollywood has seen in 40 years. This is alongside the Writers Guild.
It's actually, I don't know why they said 40. It's 60 years. It's been 40 years since SAG-AFTRA has gone on strike by itself. Last time the writers and actors went on strike together was 1960. When we did, that was when residuals and our pension and health plans were invented, which was like the biggest gains we ever got as a union were in 1960. So it's a really powerful moment. And also, the last time that happened, SAG and AFTRA were separate unions. So it actually has never, in a way, three unions are striking at once because SAG and AFTRA merged a couple of years ago. It's fucking historic. It changes everything about labor in Hollywood. It's like, I cannot overstate how big of a deal it is. Nobody thought this would happen, least of all the people at that billionaire party. Like, they never believed that this would come to pass. They knew that the Writers Guild was going to go on strike, and so they planned to, like, how are they going to try to disempower our strike? And we were going to win anyway, but nobody thought for a million years. Because SAG-AFTRA has been a company-friendly union for, like, 30 years.
Noted labor activist Ronald Reagan was president of SAG last time the writers and actors were on strike together.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone say that he was a bad SAG president. Like, I mean, that was a very important strike. Maybe someone wants to, knows the history better than me, but like, that.
Yeah, no, he was all about making gains for the workers of the world. It's crazy, which is why he's the best president we've ever had, baby.
Early Reagan had some surprises for you. He did like gun control in California, stuff like that.
Well, that was just because black people.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Oh, you know the story.
Yeah. That was because he was like, yeah, oh, fuck. Black people are, they're arming themselves. Oops. Yeah. Well, amnesty.
Did you watch Fran's speech?
I did.
It was. I was watching it on a bus earlier today, and I had fucking goosebumps. I never expected to be so inspired by the nanny's speech. And Fran, been a very strange president of SAG-AFTRA. She really stepped up with that speech. It was incredible. And then Duncan Crabtree Ireland, our executive director, like being really strong, answering a question in Spanish, blew everyone away.
Yeah, he just popped off with that. That was cool.
Popped off with the Spanish, It's huge. And tomorrow, today was our last day on the picket line without SAG being on strike. I was down at Netflix today where you came and visited a couple months ago. Tomorrow is going to be a fucking madhouse. Like
I think I'm gonna go again.
You should. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to like even make your way around because it's okay. It's not gonna be marching. It's gonna be like so many people that there's gonna be so much press. It's gonna be insane.
I think I'll make another return. You want to come?
I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'll be at Netflix all day tomorrow.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Well, what can I tell you about it? What do you want?
So what's happening? Give us a update, or what are the demands? What happened in the negotiations? How do they break down?
I mean, so I think I wasn't in the negotiating room for SAG. I was for the Writers Guild. I think the same thing happened to SAG as happened with the Writers Guild, where they gave a couple gains early to make it look like they were doing a big, offering a lot. And then they just shut everything down, started being, stopped making any offers, stopped countering on the things that were most important, just stonewalled, and were really insulting about it. And those of us on the outside started feeling it was going to be a strike a couple days ago because they started the AMPTP and SAG-AFTRA started like arguing in the press. So basically SAG-AFTRA took an extension, a very short extension, but a couple days before the new expiration date, the companies were like, oh, we hope that the CEOs proposed that a mediator come in, but they didn't tell SAG-AFTRA this. They said it in the press before they told the negotiating committee. And so the negotiating committee lost their shit. They're like, why are we reading about this in Variety? And so they did a really good move, which is they said, we'll take the mediator. We don't give a shit. We're not extending the deadline. And since they didn't have a deal that they could use by the deadline, they called a strike. And what that means is that, the Writers Guild, we already shut down almost everything in Hollywood. Almost nothing is shooting in LA. Almost nothing is shooting in New York, with a couple of exceptions. Almost nothing is shooting in Atlanta or New Mexico. But that's all the scripted stuff that we cover. SAG-AFTRA covers a lot of shows that the Writers Guild doesn't. Most importantly, reality and game shows. So literally 2 days ago, Fox unveiled their strike-proof fall schedule. It's like America's Got Talent, like cooking shows, shit like that. America's Got Talent is a SAG-AFTRA show. So that show is now off the air. They're not going to be able to shoot America's Got Talent. So their strike-proof schedules are dead. Suddenly, these companies that were like, okay, we'll fall back on reality shows, they can't do that anymore. And again, the Writers Guild, we would have won just by ourselves because they still need the scripted content more than anything else. But this wiped off the remaining content that they were counting on. And so right now, the CEOs, I think, are sort of going through the stages of grief, trying to grapple with the fact that they are truly fucked. And we think what's going to happen next is the AMPTP is going to start breaking apart, and the companies are going to start wanting to cut a deal. That's the hope, anyway. But
people are saying that the biggest holdout is Netflix.
That is a good surmise. A lot of people think that, and I'm not going to argue with anybody who thinks that. Netflix, Ted Sarandos has publicly said that he thinks that they could weather a strike longer than other companies. And that, to me, I'm like, good, fucking say that out loud, because then Sony and Fox are going to be like, this guy is starving us out, we have to wait because Ted Sarandos
I think
he's going to fuck us by prolonging the strike. Right?
So I think Ted Sarandos is saying that because he thinks he can just buy every kind of IP he can from Korea and Japan and anime and all other kinds of content.
They think they can do that, but look, Squid Game was a fluke. And by the way, they're starting to have labor problems in Korea as well, because the Koreans are protesting the fact that they're paid absolutely nothing for their shows. The guy who made Squid Game made $200,000 that whole year. for making one of the biggest shows. And the people are paid. What we're trying to avoid is us being turned into what's happening in Korea, where it's a part-time job and a gig, etc. But also they cannot just make Korean shows work over here. Like if Netflix tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I think that there's a big market for K-dramas, and it's growing.
It's growing.
They just did EXO Kitty.
It's not going to replace American content for Americans. And they've said that, publicly, that when they are talking about scripted content, people want to watch, it's so culturally specific, people mostly want to watch stuff made by their own, by folks from their own country. So they might be able to stem the bleeding a little bit by throw them some K-dramas, but that's not going to stop most people from subscribing. And we live in a world where, people subscribe to Netflix a month at a time now. They say, there's a new Stranger Things out. I'll pay for 1 month of Netflix and cancel it right away in time to watch that. And people, so they're fighting churn so much. And what drives subscribers is still American scripted movies and television more than anything else. It's not the reality shows and it's not the K-dramas. So look, anime is a big market, for instance, and they'll be able to still come out with a new anime. That's not going to get all of the over 60 parents in America.
Yeah, no shot. They're not watching One Piece anytime soon.
Correct.
They should, because it's the greatest socialist work of art. But, it's just not going to happen.
Look, I've been thinking about, should I get into One Piece? Is it anime or manga should I start with?
Oh, just read the manga.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Because I've criticized this so much, but definitely manga. It's faster, more condensed, better.
Okay.
Okay. It's a lot better. If you're comfortable reading manga, if you have read manga, what have you read?
So I started anime and manga when in the late 90s, early 2000s, when it was so it was shit
a bunch of peak there.
I read
some good stuff.
Yeah, I read a lot of Ranma 1/2 was really huge. This series. It was a comedy set, a sex comedy.
So you were
that was really it was really popular when I was when I was into it. Evangelion had just broken really huge. That was what everybody was obsessed with.
Yeah,
a bunch of stuff like that. And then I sort of fell off a little bit in the 2010s, which I should have kept up, but
Yeah. Also an industry that has horrific labor violations.
Oh, the worst. And that's why I'm so grateful to be a part of a union. They don't have, I don't know why they don't, there are labor unions in Japan. I don't know why anime is not protected because I don't know enough about the situation over there, but it is so crushing. And you can tell as soon as when you're watching it, you're this looks like, I can tell that some poor guy was up at 2 a.m. doing this in 30 seconds,
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's a bummer.
People are saying Ranma is trans, it's pro-trans.
Ranma was it was a martial arts comedy, and the main character changed gender when he was splashed with water, and it was it was PG-13 rated. It was boobs and funny sex situations.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was. If someone wants to say that that's a trans work, I'm not going to argue.
There's a lot of there's a pro-trans sentiment expressed in One Piece as well.
Yeah.
But, that's besides the point. All right, so, I think that's why, I said, I think why Netflix thinks they can, weather the storm.
Yeah.
They have, their own IP, plus, they have a lot of, it seems, successful, well-performing foreign works.
Yeah, but their their Super Bowl, right, is Stranger Things. That is when they go into the black every year. They're wasting money on so much other stuff, but Stranger Things, they get this huge bump. They're not getting any new Stranger Things. The Duffer Brothers are not writing anything. They're not producing anything, and also now nothing can be shot. And so, and there's some other big stuff that I'm sure they're waiting for as well. But that's what matters the most to them. I mean, if you look at what these guys say on their earning calls, what David Zaslav says on his earning call is, we've got 10 years of Harry Potter lined up. We've got 10 years of the other properties lined up. Well, not right now. You fucking don't.
Yeah. Unless they just exclusively hire. I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to hire Australian and British actors only? But a lot of them are also in.
They're in SAG.
A lot of them are also in SAG.
Yeah. I mean, good fucking luck. If you want to try to the labor force in Hollywood, and I don't just mean LA, I mean LA, New York, and everywhere else that people work in the entertainment industry. It's an extremely like highly trained, selected labor force that is able to produce a really high level of content. You can't just bring in new people or you get bad product. And the executives, Zaslav might not know that, Sarandos might not know that, but all the people below that know that.
You're also not going to take a shot with unknown talent. There's a reason why people work with like the same talent pool of actors at the top.
Yeah.
Because those names draw in crowds in and of itself. They have a lot of experience, but they also have a big audience that they bring in.
Correct.
So like working with relatively unknown talent like scabs who are also not even a part of SAG, it's just no one is going to take a shot in the dark at that.
And like you, if you're just bringing in random people, the work's going to be bad, and you're not going to be able to get good work out of them. And because it takes a lot of time and energy to understand how to produce good work for this specific industry. It's not something that people can just walk in and do, even if like talent is important, but more important than talent is like experience and practice and being able to deliver what someone wants on the first take, you know? And I know from working with writers and working with actors, it's a hard thing to find even when you're working with union people. I need just the right thing. If you can't work with any union person and you're like, oh, I'm just going to like hire some, you know, Korean guy to do it, to give me a script I want, you're going to get the script and be like, this
is not culturally, it's not going to culturally like be appealing to the American audience or the Western audience. Anthony Mackie says the actor strike will be a shit show, but expects the studios to make a fair deal. They're gonna have to, unless they get a bunch of fucking YouTubers to make Avengers 5. Okay, first of all, I don't know why shitting on YouTubers and Twitch streamers. Okay, listen. If the studios call me up to be Thor, I'm there. I'm fucking scabbing, dude. I don't even know. I'll be like, Chris Hemsworth, who? What?
I'm gonna please. I will have to report you. I do have an official union function.
It's first. I can't listen. I can't be living just off the top of the hour ad breaks that I serve at the top of the hour, which you can avoid for $5 or for free. Here's a 3-minute ad break now, for those of you who are unsubscribed. That is here it is. Yeah, I did read for Black Adam. Now I'm about to be.
Did you really?
Yeah, I don't know why they just like it was like a minor, silly.
Yeah.
Typical, like it was like an Arabic guy. I don't know why they made me read for it.
Did you go in or did you do a self-tape?
No, it was a self-tape.
Yeah.
This was like COVID too.
Yeah. Do you know the deal with self-tapes? Have you heard the whole self-tape spiel?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Speaking of self-tapes, let's talk about that.
So I'm not someone who has to do self-tapes because I'm a comedian and I don't like audition in that way usually, but like I'm friends with a lot of working actors. These are folks who are just trying to make a middle-class living as an actor, you know. Used to be when you did auditions, you would like drive to Burbank or whatever. You had to pay for gas. It was annoying, you know. So now they have people self-tape now that everyone has cameras in their house. But what they ask of you has gotten more and more intense. So they'll be like, we want you to read for this role. You need to memorize 10 pages. It needs to be behind this sort of background. We want it in front of a brick wall. No, we want it in front of a white sheet. You need to be wearing the costume. You need to have another actor acting opposite you doing all the other lines. It needs to be shot like this. It needs to look good. It needs to have good sound. And then we need it by 5 p.m. on Friday.
And then they didn't even fucking
watch it.
Well, they didn't even let me get another audition to be Black Adam. Fucked up. Well, it wasn't.
You were like, let me do the Black Adam part.
Yeah.
So like then it goes into a date. You upload it, right?
I did all of those things.
Yeah. So here's what happened after you uploaded it. It goes into a database that a casting.
You're ruining this for me. I'm just letting you. Adam ruins everything.
So when they asked you to do that, they asked literally 100 people to do it, right?
Yeah.
And they have this giant database now, and then they show 5 to 10 to the director, and they say this is my favorite, right? And so nobody other than maybe a casting assistant is watching all the tapes. They're only watching the first 30 seconds, right? Because for some reason these companies have decided before we cast the roles, we need 100 clips. They just decided this, right? But they pushed all those costs of the audition onto the actors. The actors are now buying the cameras, doing the work, having to pay someone to read with them.
Yeah.
And so actors are now paying hundreds or thousands of dollars a month just to audition for roles that they don't get to make tapes that nobody watches. And it's a really good example of how the companies have pushed all of the risk and a lot of the expense onto the actors and onto the so for writers, what they make us do is do like endless pitch drafts for free. You know, they say we pitch something, they're like, could we just see a little write up? Could we just see a couple pages? That kind of thing. And it's those practices that we're fighting against. It's a really common thing that capitalism will do, where it'll say like, try to push a cost onto the worker. A really good example of this is Uber, right? Used to be a taxi cab driver would drive a company car. Now you have to bring your own car, pay for your own gas, and most importantly, assume the legal liability of driving it.
It's called disruptive tech. That's what it's called.
Yeah, you're right.
Disruptive is a
It's
substitution,
disruptive.
obviously, for cost cutting for the capital owners, and also regulation cutting. Thank you, Hassan's Amex Centurion card. Well, I don't even know what that means for the 69